This is always a fun lesson when I teach this to our students who are new owners of the Husqvarna Viking Onyx 30. The ability to program in letters, a quilt label, or a combination of decorative stitches that you can use that are a fun way to add some pop of color or a unique look to the edge or part of your next project. Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, where we do free video tutorials on sewing machines, embroidery machines, and sergers. And today we're diving into the part of the memory of the Onyx 30 and the possibilities. So earlier in our video where we were talking about all the function buttons that are on the machine, we said that this row right here is dedicated for when you use the memory or combining stitches together. Now you can actually combine both decorative stitches and alphabets all in the same programming. So you don't have to be just decorative stitches or just letters. You actually can flip-flop, pick the ones you want, and put together a combination that would be appropriate for maybe personalizing the next project that you're working on. I've even seen people use decorative stitches and letters and stitch on cardstock or greeting cards, adding Happy Easter or Happy Birthday to the paper in fun colors of thread, variegated, or adding some decorative stitches. So not just for fabric, but definitely for other crafting purpose as well. Couple things to note: when you're doing decorative stitches, it is always best to have some stabilizer. This is like a tearaway stabilizer. If it's lightweight, you're definitely going to want 2 layers of it. The other thing that we need to do is put our B foot on the machine, and I want to just take a minute to show you the difference between an A foot and a B foot. So the main difference is actually on the back. You can see that the B foot has a cutout, so when those heavier stitches come out the back, they have a place to go. Where sometimes this foot will kind of make it so they don't go out as smooth or in a straight line. So when the machine has you put this foot on, there's a reason. So if you haven't already, let's switch over. Do remember your A foot is going to be best for straight stitching. As you can see by the straight stitch on the machine right now, that the A foot is suggested. But as soon as we jump into the decorative stitches, you'll see that foot recommendation will change. So first thing we can do is we can touch the button that looks like a little floppy disk, and we have the ability to then put in any combination of stitches. I'm sure that has a max number, but I have not maxed it out just yet. So it is a counter, and it could definitely tell you how many stitches that you've actually added. So by this being blank, that means it's waiting for you to pick a stitch. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just pick 2 decorative stitches, and I'm going to put them in, and then they'll be able to stitch the first one, the second one, the first one, the second one. And then we're going to move to the alphabets, how to put those in, where the spaces, the numbers, and then last, how to actually put it in both alphabets with a combination of a decorative stitch as well. Anytime that you want to go down to the decorative stitches, you're going to start by selecting menu 2. So touch the M button to go to menu 2. Whatever menu is showing, that's what is going to then be selected from and entered. And if you end up with a stitch that you don't want, the trash can right here will easily delete it or clear it, so you can then put in the correct stitch. So I'm actually going to the second page of menu 2, and there is a heart and a star right down here at the bottom. Stitch number 137 and 138. So 137 and 138. So you can see that the last stitch I put in shows on screen, but right here it says 2 of 2. So the arrows on our row of memory functions allows us to go through and see, did we put in all the stitches we wanted? Did we put in all the letters that spell out the name? We can go through the star and the heart. Now that's pretty easy. I don't need to put in the star again, because as soon as it gets to this, it will then start the sequence again. Star, heart, star, heart. So I'm going to just go ahead and touch the play button or go button right here. And I want to show you, without me doing anything else, what is going to happen. So first off, because the heart was selected and it was at the end of the sequence, it only did the heart. So I'm going to push it again, and the star and heart will be sewn together. So whatever stitch is showing here is the stitch it's going to start on. So after that heart, what you want to do is make sure you go back to the first stitch, then start your sequence. So when I do that, I get a star and a heart. Okay, so what you're seeing too is that it's doing the 2 stitches and then stopping. So what if you wanted it to sew a row of these, like not stop every 2 stitches? That is what this function is. It's to let it continue as long as you want, okay? I'm also going to engage the pattern end function, which when I get closer to the end of my fabric, then I can touch the knot right here and it will finish it out. So I can push it, it's blinking, it finishes, and then I can use the scissor button, and I don't get half of a pattern when I'm all said and done. So we've got the heart and the star and the heart and the star. So again, if I just want to sew a whole row, now that I'm back at the beginning here, I can just let it go. Have you noticed how straight your machine sews without you having to do anything? I'll touch the knot here as I get close to the end, and then the scissor button, and I can go ahead and finish it up here. Okay, so let's say we wanted to keep this sequence for tomorrow. I can just close the memory down by touching the function with the floppy disk on it, the memory, turn off the machine, turn it back on. When I touch it, I can bring it right back. Well, gosh, I don't remember what I put in it. That was so yesterday. Again, toggling through each of your stitches. Pretty easy when there's only 2 stitches. You can go, oh yeah, I did the star and the heart. But when you want to just delete it, touch the trash can every time you have a stitch. So 2 touches makes that whole sequence disappear. Let's do that again, but this time let's do some letters. So let's go all the way down here. We're going to the last page that we have of stitches. You'll see a menu 3 and a menu 4 is for the alphabet that's more like an outline alphabet. I'm going to stick with just the regular letters for starters. So I will need to go to menu 3, and I'm going to just type in ABC. So I can come over here. I see the A is stitch number 011. Remember, we can put in just 11. 1, 1. There's an A. That makes 12 a B, and 13 a C. Wouldn't that be fun just to go ahead and put all the letters in and just stitch out all the letters? You could have that be part of a children's activity book, or something that could be its own kind of sequence, decorative stitch around a quilt for a youngster. That's kind of fun. So remember, the last stitch we put in is C. If we start right now, it's going to stitch the C. So let's go ahead, arrow back to stitch 1, and let's go ahead and push our start button. Now, since we don't have that pattern end on, it's just going to go ahead, or the one that allows it to continue, it's going to stop after the C. Did the locks, hit the scissor button, and then we can see what it looks like. A, B, C. Ta-da! All right, so if you want it to do ABC, ABC, and keep going, let's go ahead and touch the don't stop, keep repeating the pattern, and then it will go all the way through the whole sequence. Can you see the possibilities that you could have with alphabets? Yes, there is a space as part of the different punctuations that you can do. But the last thing I want to do is show you how we can combine a couple decorative stitches with a couple letters. I could start by deleting the 3 letters that are in the machine. Or if I want to put something at the beginning of or at the end, I could just go ahead and put it to the last stitch, and I could add that decorative stitch that I want even to this combination that's already here. So if I want to add a decorative stitch, it is going to be on menu 2, and let's add the little heart, 139. You can see that it added it into or after the last stitch. But if you do want to put a stitch back at the beginning, it's going to be, you're going to need to just go ahead and delete it, start over, and then put the stitches in that you're looking for. Let's do menu number 2, start with a decorative stitch. Let's do the star at the beginning. I'm going to actually add a space in between here. So on menu 3, back to the alphabets, I'm going to go ahead and add 58, and it adds a little like underscore, so that would give it a little space. Then I can add my letters. We're going to do ABC again, so we'll start with 11, 12, 13, and then we'll do a space again, 58, and then we'll end with the star from menu 2. Menu 2, stitch number 137. I've got 7 decorative stitches in the memory. Let's go back and see if I did that as I thought I had. All right, going backwards, star, space, C, B, A, space, and a star. Perfect. And I'm back at stitch number 1. So now when I sew it, it will start from the beginning. Since it went ahead and did 2 repeats, because that's what I had on the screen, it always does what it's supposed to do. It looks like there's 2 stars between here because I put a star at the end. So if you are doing a sequence where you just wanted 1 star, we could have come to the end of this, done the C, maybe the space if you wanted or not, and then let it come back to that stitch as the first stitch of the next design. But it is always recommended that you do a little test sewing no matter what you're programming in. Make sure you're using the right stabilizer, the right foot, everything is stitching out as you had planned. But it is kind of fun to do. Remember, you could put that on so many different things and add a personal touch to your next sewing project. Remember, if these videos have been helpful, make sure you're clicking like and subscribe after watching each video. And remember, in the description below, you'll find a link to all the videos in a complete playlist that you can start from the beginning and watch and learn this machine inside and out. Plus, we have online courses that can also assist you in learning even more about this wonderful machine. Happy sewing!